What's going on, everyone? By now, I'm sure most, if not all of you, are aware of the Kyrie Irving situation with the Brooklyn Nets, and the Brooklyn Nets basically deeming Kyrie Irving unfit and basically just writing him off and just taking this to a real extreme, right? And having a list of 6 things that they want Kyrie to do and measures that they need him to take in order to show that he is fit for the organization of the Brooklyn Nets. And one of the things that I have brought up is, okay, you're condemning Kyrie Irving. Okay, fine. But why do your other actions show that this is just a witch hunt for Kyrie Irving? For example, right, they're willing to hire Ime Udoka, who just got suspended for a year over much serious allegations than what Kyrie Irving is going through, and much bigger issues than what Kyrie Irving is going through, and they're okay with that. Joe Tsai, the owner, is doing things that have real actions and impacts and equates to actual deaths, but that's okay. So what is fit for the organization of the Brooklyn Nets if Kyrie Irving is this, condemnable character? He is this person that he is unfit for the organization, but things that Joe Tsai, the owner, is doing is okay. Is that because of the market that he represents? Nobody wants to say anything about that. Remember Daryl Morey? And you're going to go hire Ime Udoka, yes, who is an excellent coach, but the Boston Celtics were willing to suspend him for a year after completely turning around the Boston Celtics and leading them to an NBA Finals. And they said, nah, we can't touch this. We're done. Wiping our hands at Ime Udoka. He's gone. And are willing to just give him to you when we've seen other coaches in the past, like Doc Rivers, actually have to be traded for and give up assets to get him. But what he did in Boston, the Boston Celtics did an entire investigation in, and they came to the conclusion that, yeah, we need to get rid of this guy. And you're willing to bring him on, but you're willing to condemn Kyrie Irving. Well, now we're hearing reports that Joe Tsai is being highly advised to reconsider Ime Udoka. And the reason for that, I imagine, I don't know this for sure, but I imagine is because people are saying, dude, you just went at it with Kyrie Irving. You just said and did all this stuff for Kyrie Irving, and you're going to go bring on another issue and controversy to the Brooklyn Nets. Ime Udoka still hasn't answered or had a press conference or had anything in regards to what he did. He hasn't even came out and denied he took his suspension and all of the punishments. He didn't even try to fight it, which usually means, yeah, I messed up. I did this. And even people like Matt Barnes, who came out to his defense, and was vehemently defending him. Just seriously going at people over, Ime Udoka's situation. Even he came out and said, okay, I got all the details. I got all the information, and I was wrong. This is bad. This is worse than what the people know because we don't have a lot of information. The Boston Celtics did a great job of keeping this tight-lipped and keeping this under wraps. Guess what's going to happen if Ime Udoka goes to the Brooklyn Nets? That, firestorm is going to pick up all over again. It is going to blaze again. Ime Udoka is going to have to answer for everything that he did. And on top of that, you don't think the truth is going to come out once the Boston Celtics don't have to deal with Ime Udoka anymore? You don't think that we're going to find out exactly what he did? Because there were accusations of harassment and all kinds of stuff. And people said that knew the situation said, when I found out what happened, it was bad. This wasn't just like a simple, oh, he had an affair type thing. This was bad. So if that's the case, we're probably going to find that out as soon as he becomes a Brooklyn Net. And now that becomes a disaster. The Brooklyn Nets, as much as they say that they love, that they just want to get back to basketball and they love basketball and they don't know why this narrative and they're just so sick of this, that, and the other, yet your actions repeatedly, time and time again, keep showing that you would rather be in the headlines than not. They love the attention. They love the drama because all of their actions have shown otherwise. You had an opportunity to get rid of Kyrie Irving, right? And you did it. You decided, no, we're going to keep Kyrie Irving. It's better to deal with what could come and keep Kyrie Irving. And unless they buy him out, they're probably going to bring him back again. And then in that case, you deserve every single thing that happens. Anything. I don't want to hear nothing from the Brooklyn Nets if they decide to bring Kyrie Irving back and there's another issue and Brooklyn has to condemn. Nothing. I don't want to hear, oh, well, we as an organization, you're full of it. You are full of it. because you're willing to bring in Ime Udoka, and everybody's advising you. And now we have reports that say Adam Silver may have stepped in regarding Brooklyn Nets hiring process of Ime Udoka. Adam Silver is coming in and saying, whoa, hang on, time out. You want to bring in Ime Udoka after this whole Kyrie situation, and you're going to have to deal with all of that backlash and firestorm and everything. Again, he was just suspended over it. Not saying that he shouldn't get a second chance. I mean, depending on what it is. I mean, we don't know all the details, but depending on what he actually did, I'm not saying that he shouldn't get a second chance or anything like that, but he was just suspended. You know, let him like marinate, and the actions have consequences, right? The punishment's got to fit the crime. And this is why I've said repeatedly that this Kyrie Irving situation wasn't about his post. This was about Kyrie Irving and going after Kyrie Irving. And this was the Brooklyn Nets' way out for Kyrie Irving, because now they gave him a list of things that they know Kyrie Irving isn't going to do, but they did it because then now that's their way out. They can say, well, we gave Kyrie Irving an opportunity and he decided not to do it, so now we have to let him go. That's their excuse. They're trying to make themselves look good. But people that are actually paying attention can see you're full of it. Sean Marks and Joe Tsai are so full of it. It's insane. They are so dysfunctional. It's hard to believe that they are a legit NBA franchise. You know, and this is Sean Marks, who, when he was hired, talked about how, you know, just because they're a superstar doesn't mean that, you know, they fit the culture and they fit the organization and da-da-da. And he had all this speech and all these conversations, all these talks and everything about how, you know, he's going to be the GM and he hasn't done anything. He's Joe Tsai's little cabana boy that does everything that Joe Tsai tells him and asks him to do. And Joe Tsai is running the Nets, and he's running it terribly. And he doesn't care about morality. He doesn't care about anything. He cares about trying to put this team together so he can go to his buddies and say, hey, you know, we won. Joe Tsai himself said, I would rather have a 40-win team that I'm proud of than the team I have right now. Well, how come you haven't gotten rid of Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving? How come you're willing to go and hire Ime Udoka but condemn Kyrie Irving? So what is this about? What is your standard? So Kyrie posting something on Twitter with no context is something that deems him unfit. But allegations of harassment of Ime Udoka with an organization that is held to a high standard, it was one of the most prestigious franchises in sports history, the Boston Celtics. You talk about the Boston Celtics. They said Ime's unfit, but he's not unfit to the Brooklyn Nets. So what's our standard here? Genocide and death and destruction is okay, but not hiring a head coach that has had these allegations, that's okay. But Kyrie Irving posting something on Twitter and apologizing and explaining the context finally, that's condemnable. That's not okay. It's just, so what is it about? I mean, Adam Silver, based on these reports, Adam Silver had to come in and go, no, stop, time out. You just did all of this. You just went through the same thing with Kyrie Irving, and now you want to bring in Ime Udoka and go over it all over again? Because they're not going to hire Ime Udoka and everyone's just going to say, okay, well, you know, you never answered, talked to the media or nothing about the situation. We're just going to forget about it. It's okay. Of course not. Of course not. The first thing they're going to do. Or if they don't, now we see the truth. Now we know that this wasn't about what Kyrie Irving did. This was about solely Kyrie Irving. This was clearly a witch hunt about Kyrie Irving. So we'll see. We'll see how this plays out. I don't think that they're going to hire Ime Udoka now because I don't think Adam Silver is going to let them. I think he's going to tell them, absolutely not. Absolutely not. So now you're probably looking at Quinn Snyder or something like that. But it's just, I don't know how people can defend the situation that is going on right now. You know, whether you agree with what Kyrie did or not, that's fine. My whole thing isn't about what Kyrie Irving posted. It's about what is happening to Kyrie Irving. This became something much more than he made a Twitter post. Whether he was wrong or right or whatever, that's not the issue here. The issue is they are trying to tear this man down, cancel him, censor him, Like, this affects all of us. We live in America. What happened to free speech, free belief systems, free rights, free everything? This is supposed to be a free country, yet the media can paint a picture, do whatever they want, have an organization condemn them, but they're not condemning Ime Udoka. They're not condemning the owner, Joe Tsai. So what is the culture? What is the standard? What do you have to do to be fit within that standard? And what do you have to do to be unfit in that standard? Because it seems like there's a lot of contradictions. Seems like they're a little all over the place. But those are my thoughts and opinions. And as always, I want to hear yours. Let me know yours. Good, bad, ugly, somewhere in between. Let me know down in the comment section below.